it's given me the confidence to go out there and ask people questions and not be afraid to just be out there and be like, you know, like with the camera and stuff. I used to think it was like kind of weird. I was like really uncomfortable at first, just like going up to people or just like, you know. And with my phone too, I just barely got, you know, I didn't have any equipment at first. I didn't have a camera, I didn't have a laptop, I didn't have nothing to edit stuff, so I'd have to go to school or, you know, I'd have to use other people's stuff so that I could edit stuff and write stuff. And so at first it was hard, but then now I have my computer, I have my phone and everything, I'm out there shooting stuff, interviewing people, and I'm pretty happy because, you know, after this point, after, you know, all of this, I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna keep on documenting.
The very first story that I did, I went through the interview with this store owner in East Oakland. I got to the very end, and he told me he didn't want the story written. And I tried to figure out, well, how can I get this guy to write a story? And finally he said no. He just kept saying no. So I came back, and Brendan said, why didn't you ask him why he didn't want a story written? And it's the question. For me, it was always the question that maybe I was afraid to ask, that Voices gave me the courage and the support to ask, to take it to a different level.
And it showed me that if you get in and get out of a story, you're going to get a lot more people that's going to read it. And even for something that I was getting ready to start, I know now how I can do it. I'm really interested in the homeless, and I'm interested in gangs. And there's something that I want to do regarding gangs. And because of my affiliation with Sacramento Voices and meeting Tom Negretti, who is the second guy over at the Bee, and with Bob shepherding us and telling us how to do it, I know now I don't have to carry it by myself.
I mean, I had actually contemplated sending my children to the Philippines to try to figure out how to do this because I was a single mom, and it was just really, really hard, and I had that as an option. But in order for me to succeed in motherhood and doing things like Oakland Voices, I had to be in an organization that supported motherhood. And Oakland Voices, to me, really supported motherhood. I mean, I'm here with my half-naked baby, Shola, who's we need to get her a little press pass, because she's the first Oakland Voices baby. One of the other things is that I'm a Pacific Islander woman, and you hardly hear about Pacific Islander journalists. You know, I'm a Micronesian woman. I'm from Guam. My family migrated here to Oakland. I spent most of my formative years, and it has been really great and a privilege to be associated with the brand of the Oakland Tribune in the city where I grew up and where I spent my formative years, and where I'm raising my family as well.
Covering the election was really an eye-opening thing, being able to talk to a mayoral candidate on the night that he is losing the election was like, it's sort of like being there at a pinpoint in somebody's life, and he talked to me for 20 minutes, and I thought, like, this is a real privilege. This is a, really, but like who gets that?
The media, they go for the shiny stuff. They go for the fires, for the murders, for what people think it's interesting, and you need to learn how to tell the story in a more appealing pitch, like through a more appealing pitch to create that agitation, because I feel like we all have the ability to be agitators within the community and create a shift in perspective.
What is the most important lesson that I've learned is to actually embrace collaboration, and it's kind of what Bert was saying. It was just a blessing to work with Bert and the other voices, and then to come and meet you all, and again to see how passionate you guys are, and that you guys share the same passion.
And one of the kind of exciting moments, I was in D.C. last September for the Congressional Black Caucus, and I had already registered, because you got to register in advance. So when I got there, I saw that they had press registrations. I went there and showed my little press card, and they gave me a press package. And I didn't write about that experience, but I did sit in on a special press interview, so that was kind of exciting.
And Oakland Voices just made me more socially aware about things that actually are very, I want to say, well, important, because knowing who our actual political leader for our city is going to be is very important, because they're going to choose some of those decisions on us. And that's why I do want to appreciate and thank being in this space and making me more aware politically and through social media.
I think for me, the idea of how community journalists will bring a different view, was kind of intellectual. But you guys showed me that you saw things differently.
But I don't think there's going to be a class that's harder than you guys, because you guys were the first, and you guys were the pioneers, and you guys, you were with a guy who was a teacher who never didn't know what he was doing. So for all that, I thank you for your patience and for hanging in, and don't stop.